Well, welcome to the show tonight. This is the second one, actually, that should have gone out last night, but we're repeating it tonight. Hopefully, the problems we had last night was caused by software and the microphones not working. Hopefully tonight, that problem will be solved, because I've been working at it all day, so with a bit of luck. I'll just wait and see if anybody comments that they are receiving me. I'm here, Tom, Steve Barry. Good. Hello, Sandy Robinson. Right, so it looks like we're in business. Yeah, apologies for last night. Those that didn't see the show last night, because it still went ahead, even though you couldn't hear me. We have Steve Barry on the show. Steve, you may remember, played guitar and sang at the Hatfield reunions, but he also did a lot more than that, so that'll be interesting to hear. The video from a video slideshow of Andy McDonald's photos, which we'll show towards the end of the program. Hi Sylvia, hearing you loud and clear. Good, good. Lynn as well. Lovely. So Andy McDonald's photo slideshow towards the end of the show. Before that, we'll have a slideshow from photos Laurie Bain put on the website. So we'll go straight ahead with that. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Before we start with Steve's interview, I've got a question to ask for those out there. There's no prize for answering the question, by the way. You know, I'm a skinflint. But I was in Singapore when I was in Singapore, around about 67, 68. There was a talent show on Singapore TV, and there was a group on, and they sung "The Kids Are All Right" by The Who. Now, they're possibly from St. John's, but I don't know. And does anybody know who they were? That's the question. Who were the group that appeared on the talent show in Singapore around about 67, 68? I remember seeing it, but I can't remember the group. Anyway, while you're pondering that one, we'll move on with Steve Barry. A big welcome to Steve Barry. Thank you for coming on the programme. You were instrumental in organising the musical entertainment for the Hatfield reunions. How did you become involved with that?
Well, those who saw the broadcast from Lynn a fortnight ago will know that the Hatfield reunions are the result of when Lynn posted on the Victory Services Club notice board in 2000, asking if anyone from Singapore was out there in the big wide world. And I and Fred Crook responded, and from that, Fred started alexandergrammar.org. Other people got to hear about the site, and Lynn was then kept very busy collating all their details. And whilst I focused on trying to find long-lost friends for people, from feedback we received, it was quite clear that the number of members were interested in a reunion. So Fred booked the Ramada Jarvis Hotel in Hatfield for the 30th of June 2001. And we then started to publicise it together with the late Gene Rontry, who was by now running Far East site on Friends Reunited. Because Fred and Lynn knew that I played in a band in Singapore, I was tasked with finding people to play at the reunion. Lucky me. But fortunately, I had kept in touch with a number of guys who played in bands such as Point 5, The Misfits, MJB and The Talisman, and of course my band, The Roadrunners. And a number of them kindly agreed to come along and play at a proposed reunion. Now, on the 30th of June, we duly pitched up late afternoon, but we hadn't had any opportunity to discuss anything prior, so we just set up our equipment and started to play without any playlist or idea of what key or song should be in. But despite that, judging by the numbers dancing and singing along, it worked very well. Our intention was to try and replicate some of the atmosphere of the Gilman and other youth clubs, such as Salita, Changi, Tengah, and other dancing venues in Singapore, particularly the Golden Venus Sunday tea dances, where we'd all played. And it seemed that we did manage to do that, because people went away with great big smiles on their faces, and were asking if we could have another one the following year. So in 2002, another reunion was arranged for the 6th of April. And again, I managed to get the members of the band to turn up and give their services free of charge. This event was again successful, and people said they really enjoyed live music, so it became an integral part of the subsequent reunions in 2003, 2005, 2007, with slight variations of the lineup up until 2010. When I couldn't put a band together, such as we'd had before, due to some of the guys moving away, in fact, some of them out of the country. But I was very fortunate, excuse me, to be offered services of group, the Alice Band by Les Beckwith, who used to live at the Naval Base. They turned up and did an excellent job, and I got roped in to singing a few numbers with them, which luckily didn't meet with any adverse comments. So I was very happy about that. Then in 2012, we had the last reunion at Hatfield. And the band on this occasion was provided by Alan Fish, who some of you may know from his time as a bass player in the fine band called the Toadstools, who were based at Changi. Now, Alan, after Singapore, went on to become a professional musician, playing with bands such as Dumpy's Rusty Nuts, the Groundhogs, and to this present day with Egypt. And one of his roadies and some friends put on an excellent evening of entertainment. And again, I was conscripted to sing Gloria, which I am pleased to say seemed to be well received. Looking back on it, I have thoroughly enjoyed the challenges of organising and playing with bands, but I won't say that I was sorry to see the back of the stress. It would be nice to go to events and just be a participant without worrying what was going on in the background.
Was there anything that caused you particular problems?
There were odd things, nothing too major, but one which really sticks out of my mind is we used to turn up a number of us on the Friday night prior to the Saturday to make sure that we got as much as we could set up and organised to try to prevent any last-minute hitches. But on the Friday, we'd gone out and had a few drinks to relax, and at about 11:15 on the Friday evening, I received a phone call. Now, on this particular occasion, our usual drummer was unable to make it, so he'd arranged for a replacement. And it was this particular replacement on the phone saying, "Sorry, I won't be there tomorrow. My daughter has to go into hospital, so you'll have to do without me." Now, trying to play the sort of stuff we played without a drummer really wasn't going to be terribly successful.
That's true.
Panic phone call started, because you can imagine at that late hour, most decent people were either in bed or getting ready for bed. But eventually I was fortunate and got hold of a pal of mine who was just finished playing with his band in the darkest depths of Surrey, and had a word with the drummer, who kindly volunteered to give up his proposed quiet evening on the Saturday to come up and join us and provide the percussion. So, yeah, you can cater for most eventualities, but somebody going sick at the last minute is very difficult. But we got through it, and to summarise, it has been a great privilege to arrange the entertainment for 7 reunions and to work with people that were so generous with their time in supporting the events, because without them, it wouldn't have been very much fun. I would like to give my personal thanks to those guys that played in the band: Mike Byrne, Dave Heald, Ryan Scott, Brian Robinson, Dave Magson, Julian Barry, Dave Sadd, Chaz Weck, and Dan Basuba. Thank you guys for all the effort that you put in. Final point I'd like to make is that whilst most people know that the reunions were essentially put on by Lynn, Fred and me, there were a number of other people involved without whose assistance and input they just wouldn't have been as successful as they turned out to be. Ken Parker, who arranged the 2003 reunion, Hilary Youngman, Gene Penny, they spent a lot of time on doing decorations, buying them, sorting out the room. There was also you, Tom. You used your site for publicity and also for collecting payments. Without your help, money wouldn't have got through to the hotel. Ken Walden and Alan Cottrell, they also publicised the events using their site and also input into it. Terry Betsworth was involved in hotel liaison, and John Robbins was also available for PAT certification for our equipment to satisfy the hotel's insurance requirements. So I'd like to give them credit for the efforts that they made on behalf of the reunion team, because, again, as I said before, without their assistance, the things just wouldn't have been as successful as they were.
It really is a community effort, isn't it?
It certainly is, and it's good that you've got a team like that behind you, because it's damned hard work trying to do everything on your own.
Hey, that's true, that's true. Thanks very much, Steve. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to play a video of the 4 songs that you sent me. I'll put some photographs towards to it and made it into a slideshow. So people should be able to recognise themselves in the audience, but also it's about the bands and it's about the musicians. So there's a lot of photos of them. Thanks very much for participating, Steve. And we'll no doubt continue this conversation in a month's time.
God willing. Thank you for inviting me, Tom. Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you, Steve.
This is something I'm sure you'll all remember from the old days. lovely.
Well, I can see a lot of you enjoyed that. Even Hillary was singing along. The next up is a video of Andy McDonald's photographs. I did notice that some of you were based in Changi. Andy's father was based there in the RAF Changi. So a lot of the photographs are scenes around Changi. Who was it? Izzy and somebody else. Bill Young? Yeah, Bill Young. Based around Changi. Yeah, lovely. Okay, we'll move on with that. This will be the last time you see me for a fortnight. We'll end on this video and hopefully have another program prepared and running smoothly, which is another trick, in a fortnight's time. Take care then. Bye.